Okay, Bob. I'm
Okay.
just going to ask you some questions about your early years.
Now I'm doing this because my son Ray is forcing me to do this. Okay.
I have a gun here pointed at your head. Okay. What were the names and, if you recall, birthplaces of your parents?
Okay. Now, did we rehearse that? Yeah, I remember now. Okay. My mother was Elizabeth Helen Johnston, and my dad was Raymond Edward Klopp, same as my son.
And where do you think they were born?
They were both born in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay. And what were the occupations?
Well, my
What did
mother
they
was
do?
pretty much a
I'm
waitress
sorry.
all her life.
Your mom was put in an orphanage as soon as she was born. Till she was 14.
Wait, this is my interview.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's what he wants to know.
This is real.
Cut.
Let's clear the studio of onlookers.
Should we go on?
Yeah, no. What did Grandma do to make some money?
Waitress.
Okay.
She started out. She didn't have any, career of any
Yeah,
sort.
exactly.
But she
Okay.
started out. Well, my mom and dad got divorced
Okay.
when I was very, very young, and
How old do you think you were?
I was probably in the 3rd grade, something like that, I think. And so mom took us and raised us, and she started out as a waitress, in a very poor place area. Gradually she worked up, through our life to where she became a oral surgeon's assistant. So I mean, she really did good. And she was able to raise us, no financial help from dad at all. So that's about the size of that.
Did you say one time, was she at the Cincinnati?
She worked at the Cincinnati Club as a waitress.
Nice.
Yeah, which was very exclusive.
Yeah.
All businessmen, and they just loved her.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I got some part-time jobs from some of the guys that she, knew there.
Nice.
When I was older, yeah. And my dad was started out as a baker in a bake shop. He finally became a manager in a big bake shop downtown Cincinnati, and my sister and I'd go down there, and they had a fountain, ice cream, and all that stuff in the front. And so we would go down there at night when he was working and make sundaes and all kinds of things down there. That was kind of fun. Eventually then he did several things. He drove a cab for a while, for a few years. Eventually he became a truck driver, a long haul truck driver, and got his own truck. And so that was interesting.
When did he start driving the truck, do you think?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. When I was maybe 15 or something like that.
What area did he live in proximity to you and Grandma and Pat?
Well, we lived down in the outskirts of Cincinnati, a pretty bad neighborhood. Starting out, we had just 2-room apartment, a kitchen, and a bedroom. And give you an idea, our rent was $10 a month. So it was really a great place. I call it the ghetto.
Are you serious? $10 a month?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh,
But we were happy.
Yeah.
We didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And so Dad lived with my grandma for a while up in Price Hill, which is a much better area. And Pat and I would stay with her. We stayed with her quite a while Mom was looking for a job as a waitress and got situated to where she could take us. And she raised us. And Mom was great.
Was Price Hill still in Cincinnati?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, and so, okay. So what do you remember most about your mother?
Very loving, a lot of fun. Just took care of us all those years, got us whatever we wanted.
So you and Aunt Pat how big was your apartment on Main?
2 rooms, kitchen and bedroom. And so they slept in the bedroom. I had a rollaway bed in the kitchen that I slept on.
Did you have a bathroom?
It was out in the back, downstairs, out in the yard. There was like 2 outhouses, you know. But they did flush, so it's pretty modern. We didn't have hot water. It was just a sink and cold water. So, you know, we made do.
So do you recall elementary school
Yeah.
at all?
Uh-huh.
Was
Yeah.
it far away? How did you get there?
Well, it was downtown Cincinnati. It was Peasley Elementary School, you know. And I don't have good thoughts about it at all. I'm so glad to get out of there. We didn't have a playground. We had a big lot that was like gravel, and there was a swimming pool summertime, but it wasn't that clean. You know?
Was Aunt Pat in your school?
Uh-huh.
She was in school.
Yeah, she was always a year ahead of me.
How did you get to school?
Walked.
Okay.
We never had a car.
But no bus? No bus.
Oh, Cincinnati had the best buses, streetcars. You could go anywhere, you know.
But your school was close enough to walk.
Yeah, it was. Uh-huh.
Okay, and what do you remember most about your father?
Well,
I'm sorry. Actually, you know, did you say enough about Mom? What do you remember most about your mom?
yeah, just that she was so responsible. I mean, to raise us, you know, on the money that she made. We didn't have much money, but she always managed to buy us things that we wanted. And we would always say to Mom, can't you go to Uncle Benny and get some money? Uncle Benny was Beneficial Finance Company that she borrowed from frequently. And
So when did you get your sax?
I think when I was about 12 or 13.
And so how did you get that?
I just would listen to the radio, you know, the saxophone. I say, Mom, I'd like to play a saxophone, you know. And she said, okay, you know, let's go look. And we went down to Wurlitzer's downtown and found the saxophone. I think it was $160.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
I think it was back then.
Yeah.
And I don't know how she did it, but she bought it for me. And lessons. I took lessons there, which was, you know, expensive. So, and Pat would always want clothes, and she always came through. I don't know how she did it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And later I wanted the clarinet because I played in a band, and you had to play the clarinet along with the saxophone if you were playing in the band. And I said, Mom, I need a clarinet too. So we went down there, and I said they have metal ones and wooden ones. I said, I'd like to get a wooden one if I could. And she said, oh, good, wooden one. That sounds cheap. Well, they were the expensive ones.
Nice.
And so she got the clarinet for me too. So
Nice.
she was great.
All right. Thank you.